This video is sponsored by the Foggy Dew, Dublin's legendary pub, located beside the Central Bank and Temple Bar. Come in for great nights, pints and supporting metal. Shout out to our other sponsor, Helio Gas Detection. Everyone, this is Letty from the Smashing Skull Sessions. I'm joined by Ali from Gout. Ali, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I'm grand. Yeah, feeling good. How are you?
I'm all good. We're finally getting a sunny break after what seems to be constant storms and rain.
Pain and misery and horribleness. Yeah, I know there's a bit of sun coming through my window just now, but I don't trust it. I think it's going to go away very soon. It looks pretty horrible out there.
Well, knowing the weather of the UK and Ireland, unpredictable at the best of times.
Yeah, I know. That's Glasgow.
So, to the listeners who maybe haven't heard of you guys before, could you introduce yourself and your role in the band?
Yeah, so I'm Ali and I do vocals for Gout. And there's four of us and we make kind of loud, sludgy, horrible-y, kind of new metal-y music and sounds. But yeah, that's
awesome.
That's the best I can describe it. Those are my buzzwords. I've used all my buzzwords. Horrible, not nice music.
Well, I will add, it is horrible, lovely music because I checked out your EP Bed Rotting prior to the interview, or Born Rotting, sorry, and it's amazing.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's actually, we did that the end of, yeah, that came out a year ago-ish. And it's changed a lot since that. I think when we started making music together, and we did that EP, it was kind of, we were listening to a lot of like kind of more doomy, slow, sludgy stuff. And it's kind of evolved a bit from that. We've just finished, or we've actually just got test pressings for our next EP, which we're doing a split of the first EP on one side of the record, and then the other side is our new EP, which will be coming out on the 17th of April, called Actual Bastard. And I feel like that's a nice progression from where it started out. It's a bit more, it's got a bit more energy to it. It's a bit, feels like we've settled in a bit more to what, we were what we wanted to make. And I think the first EP was a good kind of gateway to do that.
That's really interesting that you're doing the one EP on the one side and then your new EP on the second side. It's going to be an awesome contrast of energy because when I listen to the EP, I can't think of the name of it, sorry, Born Rotting.
Yeah, that's the one.
And then the new single that you released, it was, as you said, night and day in energy like.
Yeah, definitely. I think, there was maybe hints of that that direction in the first one. But yeah, when we started actually playing together, the main like I say, we were listening to a lot of like kind of a lot more like sludgy doomy bands. I was listening to a lot of Thou at the time, were one of my favourites, and I think that was like that sort of really dialed back, slow pace was something that we were all listening to individually and naturally what we started making. But then, yeah, I think the difference, yeah, it'll be a nice A and B side, a nice little switch up. But we were in two minds whether, what we were going to do, because we wanted to put out a physical of the new record that we're bringing out, and we couldn't think of a way to do it and actually make it financially viable. And we're like, oh, I guess we better stick the first one. We did that thing where we're like, oh, we fucking hate that one now. It's like we're bored of this one. But yeah, so yeah, I'm excited. We've not listened to the test pressings yet. That's the task for today. But yeah, feeling good about it.
Exciting stuff. And how did the band start?
I mean, we've all been playing music for, we've been playing in different bands for years and playing together and kind of like crossing over, playing in each other's bands and, like filling in for other people. And like everyone's kind of a multi instrumentalist. So we were all doing, playing different instruments in different bands. And we were actually up north in um, some arse end of nowhere up in Scotland near like Ullapool. We were writing for another band that we play with, and we were like, we were taking a break um, from writing up there and just like found ourselves just like mucking about like writing heavier things, and we were like, oh, should we actually just do this and stop saying we're going to do it, so yeah, that's kind of how it started. But we've known each other for years, and I feel like it's, everyone's roles are kind of switched up. It's fun because I mean, I normally play the drums, so and I've never really been allowed near a microphone before. I've not been trusted in the other bands that I play with, mainly because I can't sing. But so it's nice to, yeah, it feels like refreshing to, switch it up and kind of yeah, a bit of a something different for everyone. It keeps it exciting.
Awesome. And what sort of kit do you usually play when you're behind the drums?
What do I normally play when I'm behind the drums?
Yeah.
I've got like, honestly, it's like it's a wee cheap, rickety old it's Natal Arcadia, which was, it's like cheap, not great, really not the best sounding thing. But honestly, it's been like, it's the only drum kit I've ever owned, and I'm like, it's one of these things where it's like I don't have the money or the space to have another drum kit, and it's like, oh, I use this one so much that like the thought of selling it to get another one is like, that switch over process is just like, it doesn't bear thinking about. So yeah, I've just been playing the same old battered up kit for years and years, and then my cymbals are falling to pieces as well. It's like I've got some like secondhand passed through like three other drummers like Meinl Byzant cymbals that are just all crumbling. And again, I'm just like, oh, but I've like chopped like so much out of them, and I'm like, but they still sound so good. Um, so I refuse to get rid of them until there's literally like nothing left of them. But we all kit share like most of our stuff as well. So Hayden, he'll play my drums whenever we were bringing our own backline for shows, and he'll use some of my cymbals and stuff. Which he's a very hard hitter on the drums, so that's not great for the wallet. But yeah, everything has cracks in it and is falling apart. But adds character. It adds character.
Exactly. It's the battle scars of the kit, like.
That's it. The battle scars.
And we touched upon it earlier. Your new EP, Actual Bastard, is out the 17th of April. How was the recording process for it?
Yeah, it was class. It was, so we did this one ourselves in our rehearsal space in Glasgow. Um, we just kind of, you know, threw together what we could find and asked friends to borrow some microphones, and um, we tracked the bulk of it live. We just recorded it ourselves, tracked the bulk of it live with like some like minimal overdubbing, and then Callum, who plays the bass, he mixed it all, and um, yeah, we all just kind of like chipped in and worked away at it for about. It was a really quick turnaround actually, because I think we had 2 or 3 days of actually like in the studio, with maybe 2 days in the studio with instruments set up, um, and then yeah, had it mixed and ready to like good to go by the end of that week. And then our friend Pete at Black Bay Studios up on the Isle of Lewis, he mastered it, had it back with us within like a couple of days, and then we sent it off to get pressed on vinyl. So it was literally like, I feel like that's the beauty of doing things, DIY is you don't have to wait around for it to go through, however many people, and like which is, it can be a good thing or a bad thing. I guess we'll find out. It could suck. It could be terrible, and we could just be like, "Yeah, this is great. We did it in a week," and it actually just sounds like shit. But nah, we're proud of it. We're chuffed, and I think it was like, yeah, it was good fun. I think it was like kind of like stretched us to um, give us a bit more freedom to make what we wanted to make, like doing it all ourselves, but also the restriction of being able to just like, only really like having like minimal recording gear and not the best stuff. I think that's like, it can only add some charm to it, I guess. Um, but yeah, yeah, it was a good, nice, nice change from doing it you know, nice change to do it ourselves.
That's really cool. And compared to Born Rotting, did you do that one yourselves as well?
We did it. We did that similar um, kind of setup, like tracked it all live with like minimal overdubbing, just like some guitar parts and stuff. But we did that with friend Ross at Chime Studios in Glasgow. So and he mixed it for us as well, and then Pete mastered that one again. So it's similar like actual like playing setup, but um yeah, I think, and I think Ross was great to work with as well. But I think like just having that bit more, um, having everything in your own space and just being a bit more familiar as well, like helps lock stuff in. I think as well, like the vibe of the second of this EP that's about to come out is yeah, I think it lends it feels like it's got a bit more of a shaky, like DIY kind of like rough around the edges, kind of ready to burst at the seams vibe to it. And I think um yeah, I think you can kind of hear that in the tracks themselves. But yeah.
Awesome. Well, the first single is excellent. I can't wait to hear the full thing when it's out the 17th of April.
Hell yeah, thank you so much.
You're more than welcome. And do you have a favorite memory from the recording?
See, the problem is we're just wee mischievous wee boys, so we're just messing about all the time, and it's like leaving a bunch of children unsupervised. So there's a lot of nonsense that happens, but um, I think, yeah, I don't know. Honestly, the whole thing was great. It was literally only like a couple of days, so and we spend so much time together anyway. It's kind of there's not really any separation from how it would be like just us hanging out. But I think there was like initially before we actually got the tracks mastered, Callum left in all the like weird, like all the nonsense talky bits. So like people like laughing or making weird noises at the start of tracks. So like when we were listening to them, it's like it's just there's so much nonsense in them. And I think there's one bit that's made it into the actual EP at the start of a track called Junk Sit. You can just hear like us just like cackling with laughter, like for a split second before it kicks in. So I'm not sure who decided to leave that in. I think everyone was just like, oh fuck it, we'll not take that out. But um, yeah,
I'll be sure to hear out for that anyway.
yeah, you can't miss it. You can't miss it.
I'm sure I won't.
Mm,
And you're having your EP launch at the Flying Duck. I love the name of that venue, by the way. The
mm.
17th as well. Are you excited?
Yeah, buzzing. Yeah, that's like again another like beauty of doing things like on your own watch is like we announced the show like a week or two ago, and it's in a month. Like, yeah, it is in a month. I actually have to count the months on my hand. Yeah, so I feel like a month's notice for a gig is pretty could be pretty stupid, but well, it's like it's nice to keep things like moving fast. So yeah, really excited for that. We've got yeah, we should have some cool people joining us for supports as well. We're just waiting to get that all tied up and announced, and then we'll have the records, the physicals for sale at the show as well. So yeah, I'm really excited. I think first, yeah, be our second headline show um, ever. Yeah, so buzzing for it. Yeah, I feel like a lot's changed since the last headline one as well. So yeah, I'm excited. Really excited. Flying Duck's a great venue as well, and never actually played there. I've only ever been as a punter, so really excited to play a show there. Yeah, buzzing.
And is the venue in Glasgow or is there a little bit outside of it?
It is in Glasgow. It's right in the centre. It's just off Sauchiehall Hall Street. It's up the back of the bus station. It's a nice like kind of like you'd go down like deep set of stairs, like basement vibe, but it's classy basement vibe, I would say. Yeah. So buzzing for it. It sounds fucking great in there as well. So
Ah, class, class. I'll have to check it out on Google Maps.
yeah, yeah. Google Street View. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And if you could collaborate with any musician, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh, love this question. Um, for me, Kim Gordon, who she's yes, I think she's. I think she's incredible, man. I think she's like ev like I feel like release on release, like everything she puts out, I'm just like, for her age as well, like, respectfully, like to be putting out music so like cutting and just weird and like in touch with like kind of like modern like production and like kind of it's weird. It's got like yeah, I just think she's incredible. I think she's just got such an amazing mind. um, and I've finished. I read her book last year, Girl in a Band, which was like about like her time in like Sonic Youth and her kind of her background there. And I just think she's fascinating. But her new singles, I'm not even sure if her record's out yet, but I know she's been putting singles out recently, and they're just mental. They're just like, yeah, you listen to it and you can't believe it's like, s- you know, um, it's her making it. But yeah, no, she's class. So that would be mine. Definitely. I think we would make something weird together. Definitely.
It would be and a great weird though. Like her and
Yeah.
your music, that'd be like some collab.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. She's class.
If she's listening, come
Um,
on, get on to the lads at Gout.
Kim, honestly, literally, Kim, come down at Flying Duck. You know where we are. Uh, I'll start you a wee guest list, maybe a plus one if you're lucky. Um, but yeah.
Awesome. And how did you come up with the band name Gout?
Um, that's a good question. I don't know actually. I think I uh it's just kind of it's just pretty horrible, isn't it? I was like, I think I liked the way it looked written down and the way it sounded, and it's just like it's just a wee bit like there's no real there's no real like I think when you see that word, your brain doesn't do too much thinking. It doesn't
Yeah.
read too much into it. It's just like ooh, it's just a wee bit of a like eh. So I think and it just sounds like it's what So there's no real like genius reason behind it. I don't have some like groundbreaking reason behind it. I was like, yeah, I just like the way it looked, but nah, it's just a nasty word. But I don't think we even toyed with the idea of calling ourselves anything else, to be honest. I don't think I think we'd actually like started, um, I can't remember the timeline of things, but I think we'd actually just like started making and recording music, or demoing it. And then we're like, oh shit, we better put a name on it. Um, and then Gout was born.
I will tell you firsthand because I had gout and got over it. It's horrible.
Fuck, did you actually?
Yeah,
Oh
I
man.
And you'll laugh at how I got it. I got it from drinking too much Pepsi.
Seriously,
I
that
swear
is.
down. It was all the
Oh man,
aspartame that was in it and all my like
shut
my knees
up.
and everywhere swelled up. It was horrible. Like I had it for a few months and doctors couldn't figure out what was
Yeah.
wrong with me. And then I went to the specialist in the next county over and he prescribed me anti-gout
Mm.
medication.
Oh my God, that's like. Oh yeah, it's hilarious. That's the first thing like people say is like, oh, like the maybe the most said thing to any of us at the merch desk is like, I had gout once, or like fucking like my uncle has gout or something. It's like great, but like it's yeah, I feel like yeah, that sounds like that sucks. That sounds really not fun at all.
No, so
I'm
I've
sorry.
cut
I'm
down on
sorry
the
to.
Pepsi Max.
Yeah, I know that's not. That's like such a hardcore way to get gout as well. It's like really committed to the bit there.
Literally. So I would say I was drinking about 3 liters of it a day when I had it like, and I couldn't
Yeah.
figure out what was happening because I was on
Yeah.
steroids and stuff.
Oh man, damn. Yeah, that sounds so painful. It's like, yeah, I'm very sorry to hear that. I'm very sorry for appropriating gout with my band name as well. When you've actually had to suffer it.
You're all right. It's why I checked out your music. I was like, I've had this. Let me check out this music.
Yeah, that's how we were like cherry picking our fan base. Is just like we want to bring the gout community together.
You know what you should do? You just label a gig or something, gout meetup. Have a load of people who've never heard of you before and just play some gig like.
Yeah, that's a genius idea. Stealing that. I'm stealing that. I know
Just
we were
credit
thinking
me
of
in the
doing.
comments.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do. I think like the funniest thing about the name is just like the fucking stupid ideas that everyone has for like um for merch. It'll be like, oh, you should put this on a t-shirt, or you should put like I think uh yeah, I think the yeah, I'm gonna stop speaking because I've just remembered um a really rude idea that Hayden had to put on a t-shirt, and I'm gonna stop myself from speaking before I blurt it out. So I'll leave
No
that a
worries.
cliffhanger. I'll leave that a cliffhanger. If you ever see the worst t-shirt you have ever seen of all time, just know that it was this one.
I'll timestamp it in the video and be like, this exact moment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A moment in history.
100%. And what is the music scene like in Glasgow, specifically like the heavier kind of scene that you'd be a part of?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I feel like as kind of relative newcomers to actually like playing in the scene, it's like, already met and made pals with so many amazing people. There's so many great bands, such a diverse like range of heavier bands and noise bands. And I think there's a really good DIY scene as well. But there's also like really class promoters to work with. So there's 432 here in Glasgow who put on Core Festival, which is this amazing festival that's we've been lucky enough to play 2 years. I think it's been on for 3 or 4 years now. We've played it for 2 years, and the lineup just gets fucking more and more mental every year. So we're doing it again this year, and then the lineup's insane. It's got like I Hate God, Pig Destroyer, and then some class local bands as well. But yeah, there's amazing bands here in Glasgow. Like our friends, Mrs. Fright House, are just this. I think we played our first gig as Gout with them, and we've just been pals since. They're just like, yeah, they're really special. And yeah, our other friends in a band, Cute, really really cool band that are we're playing with in us and them are supporting Witch Fever in Glasgow. What date is it today? Not
I
next
did.
week, but the week after, I think. So, um, yeah, class bands, like really good mix of stuff, and like yeah, a nice balance of like DIY shows and DIY scene, and then like great great gigs put on here from like people all over. So yeah, it's a nice balance. It's great.
Cool. And do you have any albums you're really looking forward to in 2026 that are coming out, or maybe some that have already come out?
Good question. You know what, right? I've actually I'm using this opportunity to talk trauma dump. So me and Callum in the band, we shared a family tidal plan for like there was like four of us all on it on the like streaming plan, and he's just booted me off it because I kept complaining about how actually I'm not gonna bitch about tidal, but I was like I kept complaining about it, and he's like, right, well that just and he just fucking didn't say anything. He just booted me off it. So I don't because I got rid of Spotify like ages ago. So now I don't have any streaming, and I'm like, oh, fuck's sake. So in response to that answer, I've actually been a bit out of touch with um, because like I feel like on like streaming platforms, it's really good about like you can see what artists have got coming up. So now I've just been binging like um, a lot of older, just like going back to what I always stick on, or like listening to physical stuff as well. Because yeah, I've been booted off my streaming, but I've just remembered, yeah, Portrayal of Guilt are bringing out. I think it's an EP. Don't think it's an album, but they've brought out a few singles from that. Um, yeah, and they're one of my favorites. They're incredible. We played with them in Edinburgh towards the end of last year, and they're just yeah, they're insanely class. And the singles they've been putting out are just like yeah, they're really cool. Like just kind of like gritty. There's like bits of it that sound like like Korn's first album, just like really sort of dissonant. Like yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. That's my answer. Is whatever Portrayal of Guilt are bringing out is my answer.
Cool. And if you're open to recommendations for streaming, because I had Tidal as well, used it for about a
Mm.
day and instantly cancelled my subscription.
Literally, I started complaining about it like the day I used it, and I firmed it for like two or 3 months, and every day I was like, this shit, like, yeah. Anyway, um,
I'd highly
yes,
recommend you
I
switch over to SoundCloud.
yeah. Here, I have been using SoundCloud, but I've not got a premium one. I'm just using the band's SoundCloud, and it's like just fucking like poisoned with ads. But yeah, I think I might give SoundCloud a chance, because I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do the walk of shame back to Spotify. That's where I draw the line.
Because I
Um,
feel out of all the streaming services, I think SoundCloud actually look at what you're listening at and give actual good recommendations.
mm, is that right? That's good to know. So I feel like I can get quite lazy with it as well. Um, yeah, I feel like I sometimes rely quite heavily on being like spoon-fed music to listen to rather because if I'm just left to my own devices, I'll literally just be like, right, fuck it, I'll go put Oasis on. It's like my brain can't. I'm still stuck in like the like 14-year-old Ali mindset of being like music, like Oasis. It's like I need to, someone needs to feed me something that's like fucking not definitely maybe, you know what I mean?
What's your
But
favorite Oasis song?
favorite Oasis song? It's got to be Hey Now, because in my old band, so me and Adam used to play, Adam who plays guitar in the band, we used to play in a band years and years ago. Um, and I remember writing a song and I was like so excited to bring it to rehearsals, and I was like, can't fucking wait to show everyone this. And it turns out I just wrote uh, Hey Now by Oasis because I'd obviously like not I'd listened to that song and not registered it as like I just completely went fucking subconsciously went, I'll be having that. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I've done that. I've literally just wrote a shit version of Hey Now by Oasis. But no, I love that song. I think it really annoys me, but also makes me happy how just unnecessarily long it carries on for. It like stops about four times and you're like, right, just fucking call it. Just park it there. This doesn't need to start again. And then it's just and it just starts again. But yeah, no, that's my not even a guilty pleasure. I was an insufferable Oasis child. So some things never change.
That's fair. I remember when they came over to Ireland, was it last year when they played like 2 or 3 nights in Croke Park? I remember
Mm,
seeing everyone's stories like, oh, this is the best thing ever. I wouldn't be the biggest Oasis head,
mm.
but I really like their song Aquarius. I don't know how,
Yeah,
I don't know.
acquiesce. I think I don't know
Yeah.
how. Don't ask me to spell it, but I know the song. You know about. Yeah, yeah. That's a fucking great song. That's a
And
really great song.
I like to believe that Noel wrote that about Liam after them having a big massive fight.
Definitely, 100%. I know. I feel like yeah. Honestly, I went to go see them um, at Murrayfield in Edinburgh uh, last year, and I was because I was like I didn't get tickets for it for the tour, and I was like not through want of trying. I literally had my fucking laptop, phone, iPads, pure Nintendo DS open, trying to get tickets. Right, didn't get them, and then like 2 days before the show, got an email that was like, "Oh, production, last minute production tickets," and I was like, and I got them, and I was like, "Oh fuck," and I went, and I was like, "Yeah, this is the best gig I've ever been to in my life. This is the best day ever." Um, yeah, honestly, it was like, yeah, fucking great show, great show.
How was your
Um,
energy? Was it there? Was it good?
yeah, yeah, it was insane. It was like, I feel like when you've got that many, because Oasis have some fucking shocking songs. They have some like real like shithousery going on. They have like, I mean, they have like shocking full albums, to be honest. But like when you've also got that many like great tracks. Like it's not hard to put together like a 2.5 hour set list of just fucking banger after banger. And I feel as well like there's like barely any talking as well. It was just like giving the people what they wanted. So yeah, that's fun fact about me is I unironically think Oasis are the best band ever of all time. Nah, I'm kidding. Not the best band of all time, but I lost years of my teenage years to Oasis. Years I'll never get back.
And we're on to our last question. Do you have any advice wanting to
Mm.
anyone wanting to start a band in 2026?
Any advice?
Yeah.
Um, fucking do it. Just like I feel like if there's something stopping you doing it, um, just uh, you know find find out what it is that's stopping you doing it and ignore it and just do it if it's yeah um I think that's the first hurdle, but like anyone who has just started out um and has got over the mental hurdle, like I don't know, I don't yeah I'm not I don't feel like I have really any wisdom to impart. I feel like literally just fucking it sounds so cliche and it's the age old thing, but just make what you want to make. And fucking, it's like, yeah, I guess if you don't get, don't get sad that you're not, gonna be, that you're not gonna be rich and famous. Don't be, and don't, yeah, and don't get disheartened that there's, you know, that it can seem like a fickle industry. Literally just make what you want to make. And I feel like that is at the end of the day the most important thing, as cliche as that sounds. But anything else that comes after that is secondary, I guess. But just do the thing, just do it, and then yeah, see what happens.
Rip off Oasis if you want to.
That's it. Yeah, yeah. I love that. Sorry, that was literally the worst advice ever. Yeah, just fucking do it, man. It's like yeah, no, I do not. I'm not. I do not have a high horse to sit on that. I have very little wisdom to impart. Just do the thing, make the thing.
I like that. Ali, thank you so much for
Mm.
taking the time out your day to chat with me.
Pleasure, Letty. Thank you very much for having me.
No worries. An Actual Bastard is out the 17th of April.
It is indeed. I think it is. I hope it is. I know that's the day of the gig. If I've said that wrong, then literally everyone else in the band is going to kill me. But 17th, we're going to say 17th of April. I think it is the 17th of April.
It is.
Yeah. Okay, good.